Hi everyone, welcome back. Storm here.
Jessica here.
We are watching more House of the Dragon today, episode 5 of season 2. Last episode was horrific. We knew it was coming, Dance of the Dragons, to see Rhaenys die in that way, and she was committed the whole time.
Totally committed. She
Yes.
was doing it. And the cat is moving my camera around.
Oh no! I hope you survive, Jessica. I love it when your cats come to join you. They're so cute. Thank you guys for commenting your thoughts on last episode, how you felt about Rhaenys' decision. The fact that she kept going back, though, really upset me. Like, you knew from the start, the first turnaround, she was committed, that she was not going to back down. So if she actually went in with Damon and Caraxes in her dragon, like, that would have been a better battle. That would have been a fair fight.
Vhagar's a massive, we got to see just how massive. We saw Rhaenys go up against Aegon, and we're just like, oh my god, Sunfire is just so small. And then Vhagar shows up, and you're like, well,
oh crap.
mind.
Yes, isn't that crazy to see the differences in scale? Yeah. I mean, I felt bad too for Sunfire. A lot of you guys were saying, like, how mad you are that these people are going in with their dragons and making them fight to the death, and you just hear their pain, and it's so traumatic. It's so sad. And I felt really bad for Sunfire too. Melee's absolutely. Vhagar, holy crap. Like, I'm going to feel bad. I'm sure she's going to die at one point, who knows, but just seeing Melee's and Sunfire die, like, I think Sunfire might still be alive. He was breathing at the end there, but they were crying in pain when they were dying, and it's just so freaking terrible to see that and hear that. But so I'm curious now what's going to happen this episode, because Aemond betrayed his brother. He tried to kill him twice, right? And he witnessed it the first time.
I feel like there's a lot of obscurity they're putting in there with the drawn sword. Like, did he plan on putting his sword back before Kristen showed up, or was it?
Yeah, what was the thinking there? What was he going to do?
What was the movement he was exactly doing?
Yeah, why take it out in the first place? He didn't need it on Dragonback, so
keeping it a little bit up to interpretation.
Yeah, like obscured. So I agree. Shall we get into this episode?
Yes, I'm very excited.
Yes, me too. Oh, Corlys, it was so sad. They were so in love with each other.
I know.
I really enjoyed her character. I thought she was amazing.
I thought she was wonderful. They really made you sympathize with her. And, really, especially when you compare her to Viserys, who was a really nice guy, but just didn't have, the capability. Like, she was obviously such a capable person.
Yeah. Which
is something that, I can't help but admire.
Yeah, she was incredible.
The traitor
oh no, they actually cut the head off.
Slain at Brooke's wrist.
Who had that job?
By your king. To Aegon.
Yeah, these guys can't eat. I don't think they give a shit.
I know. I can eat the dragon.
Are you gonna feed them the dragon?
And Rhaenys is probably just ash.
Yeah, there's no way they have a real corpse to get out of that. It's still steaming. They had to take this thing all the way from Rook's Rest, and it's still steaming.
Yep.
Oh, who's yelling?
When they realize we won the battle. Strange victory.
Yeah.
I don't care.
If it was one.
That's a lot of people. Oh, maybe they do have part of... Oh.
I don't think that's Rhaenys.
Oh, Aegon. Oh, crap. Really?
I thought dragons was gods.
Poor Melee's.
The look she
Good
gave
for
her.
Near so much.
It's just me.
Wow.
You almost expect the eyes to open.
Just
They still have the rat catchers up there.
Yeah.
Has she smacked him yet? Really?
I think she's like just full bore onto this cause now. So is Aegon dead?
Oh, he has the dagger.
How'd you get that? Every touch is going to be so painful being that badly burned. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, the oozing. I feel so bad for him. That sucks. I don't wish that on anyone.
It's honestly less burnt than I assumed he would be.
Oh, everything else.
Oh. Sound effects again.
Great job, sound effect person.
Yeah, the sound effect person kills it every time. I feel like
my god.
they better be being paid enough.
That's like big claw marks. The dragon got him too.
Is my son going to die?
I'm afraid I cannot say. And if you'll excuse me, Your Grace, these next hours are most critical.
You gotta step away.
Yeah, you don't want to see this anyways. I mean, I understand the instinct to want to be there, but
You need full focus.
actually.
It's so crazy. There's certain things he's not responding to. It's like, is he paralyzed? Oh. And Aemond
lettuce?
just looking at him like that.
Someone will have to rule in his stead.
Gee, I wonder who that would be.
This is the first thing he says.
I'm sorry, are you putting salted... Oh, that's on the sword.
Like,
I'm like, are you gonna
ow.
put salted lemon juice on this wound? What's that?
Sterilize him.
Waiting for
God.
someone to pipe up and they haven't yet.
I love Caraxes calling.
The hour is late.
So you
It's so good.
You have no choice but to submit. Our terms are simple, Lord Bracken. Renounce the false King Aegon as a usurper. Bend the knee to me. Or your house burns.
I'm sorry, to who? Send me to...
And to me, yeah.
Cinders that bend my knee before some heathen Blackwood cunt.
Oh, you gonna get eaten.
Yeah.
Brackens were a people hatched out of the deepest of the seven hells, Your Grace. Be a kindness to oblige them and send them back whence they came. Did your brother's head keep on its way back to you, Willem?
Ooh.
I've heard the maggots got to it. That is quite the impression, Lord Bracken. But alas, not an answer.
Nope. You get ready to run?
Choose fire.
Okay, well, here comes fire then.
Holy crap. He's gonna slowly walk away from it. Oh my god. Oh, okay, thank you. I didn't need to see it.
I did not think they would be so eager to die.
Huh.
That choice. You should have indulged them.
Just a cutaway.
Oh, no, they didn't do it.
Not corpses.
Oh.
But now you see what my house
Not that I
has known for
necessarily wanted him to,
generations.
but I really thought he was gonna.
I 100% thought he was.
Intransigent. He would rather burn than succumb.
God, I love this valley. It's gorgeous.
Exactly
Beautiful.
the kind of men I need. There are things the crown itself must not be seen to do.
What is he wanting him to do?
Show them your
I
grace.
know.
I am your servant, Your Grace.
He's gonna die.
What shit stirring are you doing, dude?
Oh no, persuading? How?
Oh, this looks so good. Built into the rock.
Wow, that's gorgeous.
That's beautiful. Is this the moon door? It is!
I think it is, yeah.
Many and more armies have broken themselves against my bloody gate.
Wonderful. I'm so glad we get to see this again.
Yeah.
With
Are
a
you
not
listening?
crazy ruler.
They would make me queen, but they wish to keep me here, confined.
They betray their own smallness.
In truth, I cannot fault them.
I love how she's talking to
I
her.
cannot do as I please.
Yeah. This is what I was waiting for before.
And
I was
war
waiting
has
for
ever
Masaru
been
to
for
show
one
up.
to make.
Nice.
You are your father's chosen successor.
But whispers turn to stone. Break shields.
Do not underestimate your subjects. They are 1,000 living in the shadow of the Red Keep and forgotten for too long.
Then you think they will turn to me?
To the discontented, rumors are feed.
Aha, I goes for them.
What kind of
Grace.
rumors?
What you cannot do, let others do for you. There is
It's
more
good
than
having
one
her
way
around.
to fight a war.
Let's go, propaganda machine.
I know, right? Always works, right? So strange.
Oh,
Oh my
dang.
god.
That is all
Very
up in there.
vivid dream.
Or is that supposed to be his mom? Which would be even worse.
Oh. I'm naked.
There's also goose, if you prefer.
Oh my god, these like,
Jesus, Damon.
I like the goose myself.
oh, it's
Alice,
just-
what are you doing to him?
You should address me as my king.
But you're the prince.
Watch
Would you
it.
call the husband of the queen?
Oh, the king.
There it is then.
Consort.
The last bit seems unnecessary, don't you think?
I wouldn't argue with
I
him.
don't know, David. I don't know.
Did you have a candidate in mind, Your Grace?
Everyone's waiting. There's just this.
What's wrong with my husband? I'm well prepared to do it again.
Played your
Oh,
part admirably in a time of peace, Your Grace, but circumstances have changed.
well, here they are again, trying to take it away.
The king does not lack for heirs. The obvious choice is his immediate successor.
Ooh, what are you gonna say?
Agreed.
Aemond is young. And his lack of restraint has already cost us dearly.
Does
They're
she
gonna
get-
do it anyways because he's a dude.
Yep. Okay, does she have any power here at all?
Experience that offers
None.
the surest path to security. Queen Alicent ably shouldered the duties of the realm when her husband's health failed him.
Experience is valuable, yes, but the Dowager Queen is a woman.
I am no stranger
Oh
to
god, it's so
war.
narrow-minded. That's the only thing.
Aemond is a fearsome dragon rider. His skill is best employed in the field, but my experience is needed here, at this table.
No offense was meant, Your Grace, but at a time when we must show strength.
Lord Laris.
Oh, Laris ain't on your side anymore.
Your Grace, it must be Prince Aemond.
Holy
When was the last time
crap.
you looked at your feet?
In response to Rhaenyra's crowning, we raised up a woman of our own.
You did this. Mm-hmm. You brought this on
The man who speaks with the king's voice, Kristen, will say you.
Ah, he's gonna say him.
Kristen looks so awkward.
Aemond is the next in line. Must be him.
She's so pissed.
Yep. This is a great scene. Just focus on her. with
It
the
is,
muscles.
yeah. I was just thinking that. This is like a wonderful,
Build up.
just like, yeah. It's just all about her.
Grown weary of the sea snake's blockade,
How she's
so
nothing.
have we. Many are fleeing
She's
the
being
cities
talked
and
past,
work
just like
there,
Rhaenyra was.
rest.
Oh my god.
Oh,
the dog is still there.
He's still there.
Oh, that's so sad. Oh. That actually, I don't want to get into that. It's a really tragic thing, but dogs are very loyal and people die.
They are.
Is this who you are, Alison?
Do not ask me, bad. I did not give you leave to speak my name.
Keep your name out of my mouth.
You cannot keep us here!
Return to your homes!
Oh no, they're gonna eat people soon enough.
Oh, I'm not sick. Oh, this poor girl. Oh, she's so gray.
It's a door. That's why it's so high. They just brought a door up and put it on something.
What does her grace desire?
Bend knees.
Oh, good for him for trying.
We serve you under duress.
Once they agree to serve me, I'll treat them fairly. Such an example for the rest of the lands to follow.
Oh my god,
Again,
Damon.
in the name of power, it's the weak and the women who must endure.
When I take King's Landing, Rhaenyra is welcome to join me there and take her place by my side.
Wow.
King and Queen, ruling together.
I grieve my grandmother who loved me, but I carry her on with me.
I will see Rhaenyra ascend the Iron Throne, as Rhaenys wished.
As Rhaenys herself should have.
I'm glad we're getting more of her. Bella's
Me too.
awesome.
You yourself may do as you see fit.
Granddaughter. I would make you my heir.
I am blood and fire. Driftmark must pass to salt and sea.
Wow.
I love that she
Really
knows
comes
that
to her
about
own.
herself.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need more of her. More Bela. More Rhaena, please.
Intentions.
Whether he means to raise a host for me or for himself.
He would not dare.
If you know Damon to lack in daring. Go now with haste. I'll send good men to see to your safety.
I know we know that, but all these freaking problems, like blacks and greens going against each other, is not enough. It's
Yeah, yeah. We need like a
My
third
husband.
contender for the throne
Have
here.
you any message for him?
F you, I'm the boss.
Tell him I would much like to finish our last conversation.
There is quite the storm happening outside, so if I lose power all of a sudden, that's why.
Ooh, I'm jealous, actually. I love a good storm.
There have been complications. The sacred seps on Bracken lands were looted and
As were
burned.
the fields and farms. The livestock was stolen, and our peasants put to the sword.
You're right, Jessica.
Women and the children.
You were so right.
Barbarity. Punishing Bracken for his own treasons is one thing, aye. But these other acts.
The Brackens were given their chance. They would not see reason.
The Blackwoods have exploited the war for the crown to visit atrocities upon their old rivals.
share of their quarrels, and I tell you there is no honor in a fight such as
Honor! What of common decency?
These beasts proudly carried the banner of House Targaryen. Red dragon on black.
Wow, you just made enemies. More enemies.
You did this.
Terrible war is being fought in these lands.
Good job, Damon.
And dragon or no, we shall not raise our banners for a tyrant.
Holy crap. Damon, you screwed
Fucked
up.
that up royally.
Yep.
So royally. That's the same thunder I was hearing outside.
Crazy! You're so close!
So
Oh
close.
my.
It's like right here.
Ooh, he's hearing somebody.
Staring up at that throne.
Sounds like someone saying Aemond. Crap.
Was it worth the price?
See, she reads things.
Oh,
she knows.
Prince Jacaerys, Your Grace.
And where have you been? Your bedtime was 2 days ago.
You are the queen. The tie that binds us. No harm can come
And you
to
are my son, and I did not give you leave to go.
You do not give me leave to go to anything. But who else is there? Rhaenys is dead and Baela cannot bear the burden alone.
And when Aemond comes hunting for you, your dragon is young. Will you fly before Vhagar as Luke did?
Ouch.
Yeah.
Perhaps Damon could.
He's
Maybe
out
don't
of
bring
picture.
up Damon at the
is
moment.
here. I need dragons.
It's killing me how
This
much
is
how long
really
it's
good.
taken to do this.
You have no dearth of dragons.
You have two large enough to stand against Vhagar. They are called Vermithor and Silverwing. And they sleep just beneath our feet.
Yes, and if only they had riders, none could stand against me.
Ooh.
I would go forth in strength and not from necessity.
That's so crazy you have these strong dragons. They need riders.
Alive in her last attempt.
like people to control them. Otherwise, they just do whatever they want.
Outside the box.
Are you suggesting we put a Malister on a dragon? A Tali?
It's better than death and defeat.
It's a good idea.
That's what I was waiting. I've been waiting for that moment for like 3 episodes. There kept being like, ever since Viseria was just like, oh, that dragon seems lonely. I'm just like, ah, ah, ah.
So I'm assuming they're going to get riders then.
That's the plan. The plan is to get riders.
Yes. I would love to see the other dragons come into play. That would be a huge help because losing Maelys and Rhaenys like that is just a huge loss.
You're losing a full-grown and battle-hardened dragon, and you're losing a incredibly smart and capable dragon warrior. So to lose both of those, to lose one of them would have been a huge loss. To lose both is just massive.
Yeah. I'm still frustrated, but it's over now, I hate that she kept going back. I wish she, lived to fight another day kind of thing.
I know.
Because her leaving and it looks cowardly, her losing there was a huge loss for Rhaenyra, so... But anyways, Aemond loves he's not really on the throne yet. He was staring at the throne. And his sister is aware of what happened.
That all he had to do was sit at that table. That was all he had to do. He didn't have to say a word.
I love how he was just so quiet the whole time because he knew the play.
Yeah, and everyone else was just like, well, Aemon's got to do it. And Alicent was fighting so hard, and it didn't matter. He didn't have to say anything. He just had to say, yep, guess it's me.
Yep. It's insane how much men have control over the kingdom, but women have nothing. And Rhaenyra, struggling so much to keep her stature and, to do what she was meant to do, but she's always stepped on. And now, like you were saying before, Alicent is feeling that. I mean, she's been feeling it, but now that one scene that was very powerful this episode where when she was, denied and she had no power in that moment and she just sat there and you hear the men talking and it's muffled and just giving orders and it just was a crazy scene to see her that she has no control being a woman. She's the smartest one there. She's a good leader. Not a good leader, but she's the better leader of everyone there. So
flames on the side of my face.
I don't have a dragon, but yes, my skin is on fire. Pretty good. It was a really good scene, and Aemond wants that. So Aegon, not a good leader. Again, I feel bad for him because his father never wanted him to rule anyway, so he was never taught the right stuff.
Yeah.
And then Aemond is going to be even worse because he's going to be a tyrant and jump into things. I mean, Cole even felt awkward, and I think he does agree that Aemond should rule over Alicent. I think because he thinks you need action and force. So I don't think he was doing it because, he thinks ill of Alicent. He just thinks he is the better play.
Yeah.
But, it's just not good. He wants
that throne. There's so much mirroring between him and Damon. And it was great that Damon was just like, oh, you don't want Aemond one eye in here. He'll cut you down as soon as look at you or whatever. And
what about
Alice, you? Alice just totally called him on his bullshit. And have you looked in the mirror lately, dude?
Yeah, it's like children. I mean, Aemon's younger, and they're both little children, just greedy children who just want power, and they can't see beyond that. They're really smart, but it's in the now. They don't care about all this otherworldly or all this
the
other
consequences
stuff
of their actions.
Not at all, and they just keep jumping in and trying to get what they want.
Everything up.
To see his face this episode, it's
everything up.
And he keeps doing it, and you can tell he feels bad or oh crap, yeah, I screwed up big time. But he's
someone
not
calls
learning.
Him on it.
Yeah, and he's not learning from it. So this is the biggest one yet. You really screwed it. We needed River Run. We were the Blacks. And he just screwed over everyone there, or his his family. So definitely not good. You were right, though. I mean, I know you read the book, so but the way that he was talking to the Blackwood guy, like, and was saying you got to persuade them. Like, I wasn't thinking torture, like kidnapping women and children, and
it wasn't until Alice was saying, like, I can hear those calls in the wind of like men breaking into houses and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. So what is her purpose? Like, she drives me nuts because, like, is she just there to guide Damon, to manipulate him so he can learn more about himself? It's kind of interesting.
I'm really curious what they're going to do, because I think I mentioned last week, like, in the book, she's just very, like,
eccentric,
glossed over. There's a lot of, like, rumor about her, you know. She's not like someone that there's legitimate records for real, you know. She's a bastard, maybe. Like, people even aren't sure if she's really a bastard. She uses the name Rivers, but that doesn't mean she's actually like a lord's child or something. They don't know how old she is in the books. They don't know, like, what exactly her deal is. They know, like, people say, oh, she's a witch. Other people say, oh, she's just a midwife, or, you know, whatever. So, like, there's a lot of this, like, swirling rumor around here and no, like, actual fact. So I have no idea what they're going to end up doing with her. I'm really curious to see where they go with it.
Okay, yeah, because I think she's very interesting. And, you know, I'm trying to recall back to previous episodes, but has anyone else interacted with Alice? I'm kind of wondering. I know she's probably a real person, but I'm also like
for that. What's his name? Lord Strong did look at her when she passed, but that doesn't mean he didn't interact with her. He could have been looking just to, oh, what's that? Like, you know, he didn't have to be looking at
someone else or moving to something else. Yeah, because it's interesting with all his dreams. Like, Damon's having all these strange dreams, and then it, like, meshes into reality, but then it jumps right back into the dream. You don't know what's real, you don't know what isn't, and she's, like, involved in that too. Like, she understands what's going on with him, so I'm kind of like, is she part of his dream? Like, yes, like, maybe she is a witch, and she's not really physically there. She's in Damon's head.
I'm curious. It's interesting. Is this a Sixth Sense situation?
I don't know. I see dead people. Yeah, I don't know. But I hate all this. I mean, just Damon, we know he's stubborn, and he's drowning in this whole power play where he wants to be on the throne. And, like, I saw that coming, but, like, he's, like, loving that, and he's drowning more in that idea. And him being separated from his wife, because I know he loves Rhaenyra. Still weird that it's his niece, but okay. I can't get over that.
He still loves her.
But he still loves her.
It is. He still does love her and his wife.
He does love her, yes. And him, just because he gets so freaking stubborn and selfish, he just takes off and doesn't even communicate with her what he's doing. She just has to assume that's what he's doing. And, like, this is, like, the worst time to do all this. I don't know. Like, he's trying to do the right thing, but do it his own way, and he's just screwing up majorly. And what's he going to do after this? Is he just going to stay there? Like, is he going to go back to his wife? I mean, he's so stubborn that I think he's just going to stay there and try to fix it or something. I don't know what he's going to do, but it's just all bad. I just hate how he's separated from her like that. You know, I mean, he has, he's a strong warrior, and he has a very strong dragon, like, and Rhaenyra doesn't even know what to do there. You know, she doesn't want to send a raven because he'll just ignore it because he's a stubborn baby child. Yeah, man-child. But, you know, I really did like this episode a lot. I know we don't have many more episodes to go this season. I don't know, like, I mean, I'm sure we're going to see a lot of people die this season alone. I don't know if there's going to be a third season. Have you heard if there was going to be a third one? Just to throw that in there.
I have to imagine there will be. I've got an idea of what they're going to end this season on based on the book.
Okay.
I don't know for sure if that's what they're going to end the season on, but I assume that will be a place. And there is definitely more story after that.
Okay.
So,
all right.
This is for sure going to be at least 3 seasons of story.
Okay, good, because I really do love this story so far, and, you know, I like having these episodes where, I mean, the shock factor is always crazy, and this show just has that, but it's really well done, you know, and I like the episodes where we just have great character development, and it's calmer, and we're just, you know, dealing with the people and the politics, and it's just handled really well, so we don't always need that holy crap major trauma shock factor every episode. But I kind of thought we were going to have a lot of that the last few episodes of this season, because I thought maybe this would be the last, and I'm like, oh no. But yeah, so I'm curious where this is going. A lot of things happen. What would you like to talk about? Because did I write stuff down? I don't think I did.
One of the things I did want to come back to my theory that I've been mulling over, like not even a theory, just the lens I've been looking at it in, which is this like women in Westeros thing, because I feel like this episode is really hitting that, between the Alicent scene and how like alone she was, and then how it's surrounded by these other scenes of women talking to women. You have Rhaena talking to the Lady of the Eyrie. You have Jane Eyre. You have Bela and Rhaenyra talking. You have, oh god, there was another one. I know. That's what I was going to say. I'm losing it. I have Rhaenyra and Mysaria talking.
That's what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah. Yes. You have a lot of like these like women coming together and communicating with each other. Like, especially Bela and Jane Eyre, like they talked about how like they hate feeling powerless. They don't want to feel powerless. And in the book it's mentioned that Jane Eyre needs to kind of back Rhaenyra because she's currently in charge of the Eyrie, and there's like other male like lineage people who would prefer to be in charge of the Eyrie. So by backing Rhaenyra, she's backing up her claim as, no, I am the Lady of the Eyrie.
Okay.
So like this idea of these two women feeling powerless but coming together to talk over it. There was like a Lady Frey was doing a lot of the talking. A lady that came to Harrenhal to scold Damon. Pretty much everything Damon sees in his visions and his dreams are the women in his life. I feel like it's just surrounded by it, and it's just really interesting to see this scene too, with Alicent in the middle and all these men just talking around her, and to not have that. She just doesn't have that with anyone, not even her daughter.
Yeah, she has no control at all. She's just drowning in men, like where she just has, I mean, she's very smart. I mean, I hate what she did, all these different decisions that she made, but since the start, but yeah, she's definitely smarter and more strategic than the men here, especially her kids. So it's not good.
She's completely right. She ran the whole country while Viserys was sick.
Yep.
And now they're just throwing her aside because
she's a woman. That's plain and simple. That's all it is.
He's a boy, so.
Yeah. I'm so happy you brought up that point, because, like, I didn't really think about, like, all the other women that we were seeing that were kind of taking charge this episode. But I really like seeing Rhaenyra and Mysaria getting along. And I think, they, even though it's still new, that they're going to have, like, a trusting friendship, and they could truly relate to each other. And Mysaria, like, she struggled a lot, and she always wanted to be free. Like, she has been terrified a lot in her life, and she tried to break away from slavery and all these other things that she went through, and I just love how she's with Rhaenyra right now, and she really has a lot of power and respect through the people that work for her. And to take all these risks to spread the word out, and to have that lady go to King's Landing, and the gates are closed, but she needs to get in. Like, she's so committed to the cause and working for Mysaria that it's just crazy that these people take these risks, and you don't know if you're going to really get out. Like, you hope you can again.
Yeah,
but, right. So who is she going to see? And the girl that answered the door, I don't know if that was the same girl that we saw before, where I thought that was the one that Aegon raped. Yeah. I think that was probably the same girl. It looked kind of like her this time, but last time I was right, because
yes, you were totally on point. I
didn't know. Sometimes I'm not sure, but I just spewed it out because she looked like she was so familiar. I'm like, that has to be her. So I was wondering if that was her that would answer the door, and curious what was going on there. And going back to and one other thing too before I forget, Damon's dreams, and I guess that was his mom that he was sleeping with. I'm like, these dreams are so screwed up. Like, why did it have to happen like that?
I'm pretty sure the actress was Viserys' wife.
Maybe,
but
I'd
like,
have to look back. But then she said son.
But the voice or the words saying it made it sound like it was his mom.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, my firstborn son. Which, by the way, Viserys' and Damon's mom was a freaking badass. And it's really sad that she died so young. She was a dragon rider, and she gave birth to Viserys and was just like, you know what? Let's go riding. And she swaddled her, like, her infant child, and then just went riding on a dragon.
Yeah, get to fly your first day of life. Woo! That's awesome.
Yeah, she was pretty cool.
Pretty cute, though.
It's a shame. Yeah, it's really a shame that she died young. Her husband died young. And
I'm sure that's a big story too. Like,
yeah, her husband's older brother, who's Rhaenys' dad, died young. That's why there was this whole succession thing to begin with, and yeah.
But from like disease or all kinds of stuff, I'm sure.
Viserys' and Damon's dad died from appendicitis. And then his older brother died from an arrow to the neck.
Yeah, okay. You told me that.
And then I want to say that their mom died in childbirth. I think,
and that's a big one.
She was having, I think she was having a third kid. And I think she died in childbirth. So,
what a terrible way to go, though. Like childbirth, like it's so painful, and then like you're dying a slow death. Like you don't die immediately, and then you have a baby you're trying to care for. There's like so many emotions and. Yeah, and like we talked about that before too, but a lot of like Targaryens and Valerians, like they die in childbirth, you know, like
I don't common for that era too, because I mean
general
people. You would get like baby fever is not the word I'm looking for. But like you get a fever from the infection. Essentially, so because they didn't know what an infection was and how to prevent it.
And I know, like, I don't know if that's true or not, but we talked about that too, where like the Targaryens were cursed or something, where they might, because the dragon magic mixed in, that they could die more in childbirth or something.
Yeah, I mean it's possible. It's hard to tell. Like their grandparents, Jaehaerys and good Queen Alicent, they had like 15 children. It was wild.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and she died of old age, so I mean,
good for her. Lucky, yeah.
You just never know. Imagine. It could just be. It's a roll of the dice sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's pretty incredible. Now, with these wild dragons, I've heard the name Vermithor. I think that's how you say it, and we saw a glimpse of that dragon. Last season, Damon was singing to him in the dragon pit or something, and you just saw this big head come out, and he had the craziest, like, jaw, like, loose jaw, I remember, like, vibrating, and it was, like, creepy, you know? But him trying to soothe the dragon, I know he was just curious, but I know now that, you know, a dragon rider can only have one dragon at a time. Like, you can't have two, right? So...
yeah. And I don't know if they really explain why. But probably just logistically, you can only ride one, so it's not like you can ride the other one and stuff while riding the first.
Yeah, it's interesting. So the dragons need a rider, which does make sense, and the fact that Rhaenyra said that if we had Silverwing and Vermithor on our side with riders, like that would greatly help us. Like it would strengthen us. It sounded like they would win. So that was quite interesting.
They're huge. They're big dragons. They're older dragons. They just need someone to ride them. So we'll see.
And it sounds very risky.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because dragons aren't going to accept everyone. Like the fact that Aemond got Vhagar at all is wild. The fact that he wasn't just chomped or burnt.
I know, because I'm sure that happens too.
Kid. Yeah.
Because Rhaenyra was saying that someone tried to get one of those big dragons before, and you know,
that Rhaena was trying.
Rhaena, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's very dangerous, and I get like wanting a dragon. I think I would want a dragon too if I could. But yeah, there's a lot of risks involved, especially when you have to get an older dragon. When you have a baby dragon, it's a lot more controlled, and it sucks when you have to go for the big ones. It's cool when you can, you know, actually bond with them like Aemond did, but yeah, that's a huge risk. But hey, you know what? To have a big dragon, you have to be the risk taker, the super brave person. So to have that personality, you know, it's very similar. So that's probably why. that happens, you know, like these super strong crazy people get the big crazy dragons. So very good episode. Anything else you'd like to add?
Just that I'm still waiting on one more character. Yeah, we've gotten a lot of new characters that didn't show up this episode, except for Hugh. Hugh showed up. But we're reading, like, there's a bunch of new ones they've introduced, and they're all going to come into play soon. And there's one that they haven't yet, and I'm really curious if they're waiting till next season or if they're going to introduce them this season. It's just, I'm being very impatient on my end.
That's cool, though. I love this, because, again, like Jessica, she has read all the books, and, you know, I haven't, so I'm just going episode by episode, and it's kind of fun to, you know, watch this together and have, like, different perspectives on things, and it's pretty cool.
The show's just very good, and they're doing such a great job, both as an adaptation and telling, like, new story within it. And I'm just like, one more now.
Oh yeah. I mean, the acting is so incredible. The stories are so strong. The sets are beautiful. Everything about it is just so real and amazing. You know,
kudos to every actor on here. Honestly,
every actor.
They are bringing their A game every single time.
Yeah. Yeah,
and the sound effects guy.
Oh, I know how gruesome with the gross parts. You know, and going to, you know, Aegon, I really feel bad for him. That's an awful suffering, like, an awful way to die, I was going to say, but, like, that's an awful way to suffer, and to see him like that, and peeling the armor off, and to have all those details on what it would be like to be burnt, like, it just felt so real to me, and I just felt so bad for him. And I'm glad, I know Alicent loves her kids, but how she treats Aegon all the time, I feel terrible for him, because it's like, you created this monster, you know?
You did this!
Yes, and, you know, he is sensitive too, and he really wanted his mom's approval or help, and she just, like, burnt him with too soon with her words, and I'm glad she actually stayed with him, because she does care, you know. She still loves her son, but she stayed with him at his bedside. I just felt really bad for him, because the suffering, holy crap, being burnt like that. I've heard terrible stories, like when you have severe burns, that it just constantly gets worse, even though the burning is done, like your skin will just be on fire and feel worse over time before it gets better, and it's just one of the worst pains, and holy crap.
I mean, I've had fairly, I'm going to say, very light burns, considering, like, you know, touching ovens, like 400-degree ovens or something like that, like, you know, and it
burning my fingers.
Hurts like a mother.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, and, you know, I can't imagine having, like, this intense burn, and so and no way to really care for it other than maggots and
and just waiting
apparently
it out.
Lettuce.
I know, it's interesting to see, like, okay, what kind of, like, natural things can you use to help you heal? I mean, at least they have something, but I'm glad they have milk of the poppy, but, like, how I mean, I've seen people use it on the show, and it seems to work wonders, but, you know, with modern day medicine, it's not the same. So that's a lot of suffering, so it's terrible. And for Aemond to just look at his brother like that, and I know that's his RBS face, you know, his resting bitch smirk, but
it is his resting smirk, but he's doing it on purpose. He knows what he's doing.
Oh yeah, and to look at his brother like that and not have any remorse, any guilt, like, it's crazy. It's sickening. It's awful. But yeah, so very awful circumstances all around. I love seeing Corlys in the beginning. It broke my heart to see him so lost and devastated. And Bela, her words to her grandfather were just awesome. Like, she's such a strong person.
I know, I would love
so
that
wise
scene.
At her young age. Yeah, that was a great scene too, and I really enjoyed her, like, talking to him like that. So she's a very strong character as well. And so until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to hear what you have to say about this episode, and I can't wait for the next. So until next time, have a great night, guys. Bye!